this is one of the things that I really, really also wanted to bring up with you, Mr. Yee Yee, because I know you are more of an organic approach, as far as marketing and all. And I know that you like to keep it lean. You don't like to go and spend money that you don't need to. And, with the new age going on, everybody's out there in YouTube world and in junk removal, and they're telling you why they need to be in your pocket, what service they gonna give you. So what's your thoughts on that, man? And you've been very successful going at the organic way. Kind of fill us in, man, on your whole thoughts and theories with marketing.
Well, I think in anything in life, when you first learn how to ride a bike, you wanted to learn. You had to get out there, go on the bike, and start with the training wheels until you learned how to ride the bike. Then you took the training wheels off and you kept your balance. So if you want to succeed in this business, you have to do your homework. It's just part of life. And what I learned is that I wanted to learn something, so I went out there and found the answer. I went out there and did my homework. And I said, I never knew how to, I never knew in my life how to make a website. When when I first started the business, I told my wife, she was like, babe, we gotta do this. It was like I had to learn Korean. And there's nothing wrong with Koreans. I love Korean food. But I'm just saying that, I had to learn all these things. But I told myself, I don't want to have to pay somebody to do maybe what I could do. So I learned, what is it going to take for me to be seen? I never knew SEO. I never even knew what SEO meant. I never knew marketing. I never really knew advertising. The only type of advertising I know is to go stand on a street corner and let people know what you're doing and they come to you. That's the type of advertising I know where I come from. But this situation, we're lucky that you can just post on social media and you can make a name for yourself. And when I first started, there wasn't a lot of people posting on social media. Craigslist was still big. This is 2002. Craigslist was still big, and there was a lot of people in my area still that were advertising on Craigslist, and it was $5, whatever. And I was just like, how can I do this without having to pay for a lead? How could I do this without paying somebody for SEO? How could I master this? How could I do a website? How could I even take a picture and post it? Or so I had to learn all these things and say, as I learned these things, I learned that I didn't have to pay. That the more you post, the more you put yourself out there, the more you be involved with your Google My Business, you'll learn. And you got to have patience. I get calls every day from haulers around the world who reach out to the Yee Yee and say, "Hey, what am I doing wrong? What should I be doing? I have this, I have that, but my phone's not ringing." First thing I ask them, "How you doing on your social media? How you doing on your Google? Are you feeding that thing? That Google has to be it's like Cookie Monster. Da, 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 da. It's just, you know what I mean? Da, 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 da. You have to keep on feeding it, feeding it, feeding it, feeding it. And you have to master this. You have to master SEOs out there. It's just so easy. Just keep on feeding it, keywords. So I learned that, but this is 2025 now where, a lot of big names in the game right now, it's getting a little hard for them too because there's so many competitors out there now. There's so many people just doing home services now. There's so many painters doing junk removal. There's so many landscaping guys doing junk removal. There's so many roofers doing junk removal because they all have trailers. But you have to understand in this game, a lot of us see these Fortune 500 companies. I watch a lot of YouTube. These guys make millions of dollars in junk removal per year. You got to pay to play. And a lot of people don't get that. what what works for someone else may not work for you. So you have to realize what works for you. And if you're at home and you don't know how to go out there and socialize and get into the a chamber of conferences, network, go out there and do this and do that, you better get out there and pay for some leads and master it.
What did you do to start off with your website and all? Did you make your own website? Did you get help with that?
I went on YouTube and I said, how to create a GoDaddy website? And I watched about 50 videos. And I just, when I first started my business, I didn't even have a junk job pictures. I was a bus operator in the Bay Area. I stopped the bus. I seen some garbage on the floor. I took a picture of it because I knew Public Works will come and pick up that garbage today or tomorrow. Then I'll come back and take the after picture. And I just start taking pictures and I just start feeding it to them. Then I learned how to make pages. Then I learned how to put videos on there. Then I learned how to add my Google reviews on there. Because there's people don't realize that when you pay for these type of websites, they'll ask you, do you want this on there? Do you want that on there? It costs $3 extra, $3, $4 extra, but you can add all that stuff to your website. And my website has everything you need, but it's just basic.
And so
And it's
you
a tax write-off.
and where do you rank? Are you up there on Google when people put in your area junk removal?
I'm right there on the top
Wow.
in my area because I post so much. You have to master. See, it's hard for me to give all the secrets out because there's so many people in my area who's watching this video now. Trust me. And it hurts when they see Big Blue rolling by with that full camel hump trailer load or that rhino hump I had the other day when I put that 15-foot boat in my trailer.
Watch
But
out now.
it got done, you know what I'm saying? It got done. And but it's just you have to optimize that Google. You know what I mean? Even if you're going on Yelp, you have to optimize that. You have to learn how to master that, then pay someone to do it for you. Why? See, where I come from, you start you start with the middleman. Then after a while, you cut that middleman out and you go straight to the source. And you better ask somebody. And yeah, I'm trying to tell you guys, it's YouTube will show you everything. You just have to learn. I have so many people reach out to me. One of my guys from the East Coast who I talk to all the time. You know what I mean? He's killing it out there. And I tell him all the time, have patience. Master it. Master it. Have your children help you master it. There's so many business. I'm a guy who watches HD TV every day. And I'm seeing these businesses who families work and do everything together. They have their young children who are doing the social media for them, doing the little snippet videos for them. People actually like these little videos. People like these little snippets. It's funny. People will give you their 1 minute of their time. You probably only have 30 seconds to really sell yourself.
I got to ask you this question, brother. What's the one thing new junk haulers waste money on?
Trying to be like the next man. Just be you. If you got a van, a truck, a trailer, a camel, make it work. You know what I mean? Make it work. You got a donkey, yeehaw, yeehaw. Make it work. You know what I'm saying? Make it work. You'd be surprised what the people in the biblical days did with that donkey. They walked miles. That donkey carried everything. That donkey was part of the family. You know what I'm talking about?
I
So
love it.
the thing is just start and keep it simple and let it
Julio
grow.
says to everyone that's in the industry, let's show the world what we can all do so we can all eat at the same table. Amen to that, Julio. Love it, brother. Love it, man.
The
What
Julio,
we're
Julio.
right in the same area, man, and we all get along. Everything is amazing. We run each other at the dump. We do a photo shoot together. It's the best shit for real.
Shout out to the Julio, all the kids, the wifey, everybody, the curls, the mullet, Julio D.